as a giant killer. Is she ready for another kill yet? Well, I'm talking to Amethi MP, Smriti Irani. Thank you so much for speaking to us. You're ready for the kill?
I think that to say ready for a kill is over dramatizing the Amethi election. I know that there has been much speculation about the Congress candidate from the constituency, but the last 5 years have been an ocean of calm for the people of Amethi. And I say so because the 2 years we've had COVID, which means functionally on ground we've had 3 years of work. But people in Amethi recognize that if not for the Prime Minister and a BJP MP in Amethi, we would have not seen, if Rahul Gandhi was the MP of Amethi, we would have not had vaccines go free for every Amethi citizen. We would have not seen ration reach every Amethi citizen. Today, 19 lakh people in Amethi receive the free ration from the Modi government. And I believe that people can do that comparison between 15 years of Rahul Gandhi being absent and 5 years of the Modi government functionally on the ground in every Gram Panchayat. We can get every work counted today in front of the opposition. So given that we've had a volume of work done here, given, like I said, it's an ocean of calm, because if you drive 40 minutes from here, you'll come to a place called Shukal Bazaar in Jagdishpur. In 2016, I can recall an incident where they would not allow Bhagwat here in Shukal Bazaar. People would literally, and people who were either the supporters of Congress, there were some who were office bearers of the Congress party. They would come beat up people who would do Bhagwat. We have a BHL road number 1 here, where young girls coming back from tuition classes used to get harassed, literally had their dupattas pulled. Now that is an era during the SP government when Rahul Gandhi was the MP here. Post the BJP government coming into the state, post me becoming the MP of Amethi, we've not had such incidents in Amethi. So that's why I said that for people, it's not only the 1.5 lakh families who've received electricity for the first time. 4 lakh families have received a toilet for the first time in the past 5 years. 3.5 lakh people have received a water connection for the first time in the last 5 years. We never had a chief medical officer's office here. Our collectorate is being made, our circuit house is being made, our Zilla Nyayalaya is being made. We are making our first blood bank. Modi ji gave us our first medical college. So doing many firsts. But it's surprising for the rest of the world that wasn't Amethi supposed to be this whole VIP constituency where, we had so many people who were aspirants of the Prime Minister's office or Prime Ministers themselves. So for people on the ground, it is the Modi factor that is working right now. And that is why I'm not getting very super excited as many of my media colleagues are about who the Congress candidate is going to be.
But do you think the fact that they have been maintaining this delay and the suspense is a tad unfair?
Historical. Amethi has created 2 histories already. One, that in 2019 we defeated the Congress president. If you don't look at only Rahul Gandhi, the individual, but you look at Rahul Gandhi's office. So we have defeated the first family of the Congress party, but the sitting Congress president lost in Amethi, which had never happened before in the history of Indian politics. The second issue was, even after emergency, Amethi never saw a delay in the announcement of the candidate. So the delay here now is particularly piquing a lot of interest nationally, internationally, because even after the emergency was lifted, the election fought with the Congress party, they never delayed the announcement of their candidate. So why now? It's a topic of conversation.
But does that make that easier for you?
See, there has
because I remember, sorry to interrupt, I remember in Wayanad when you went, you said that just as he left Amethi, he'll leave Wayanad also.
I'm of the opinion that, as my colleague Mr. Surendran has said, Wayanad is visited often by elephants and not by Rahul Gandhi. And he's not wrong, because you need a certain kind of dedication and inclination to public service, which compels you, in fact inspires you to be available 24/7. You cannot be available only during elections to garner votes or during special occasions only. People, and especially people who are poor, people who are lower middle class, they demand the presence of their public representatives so that their day-to-day challenges can find some solution and an administrative link. So I went to Wayanad and I said 2-3 particularly important things which I've never received an answer for, not that Mr. Gandhi would. answer anything. What piqued my, again, curiosity was knowing that PFI is a banned terror organization in the country. Why did Mr. Gandhi take support from the PFI political leaders like the SDPI? I had implored then that if you genuinely believe in the Constitution, if you genuinely believe and respect security forces who have given their lives to protect our country from acts of terror, then please, respond publicly and reject their offer of support. Mr. Gandhi didn't do so. In fact, he's maintained a studied silence even on what happened in Sandesh Khali. Now the horror stories that are coming out of Bengal, it seems Sandesh Khali is not the only area where women have been brutally sexually assaulted. So Mr. Gandhi is a convenient politician, picks issues and places of convenience. He didn't go to Wayanad because he wanted to. In 19, he was compelled to go. Now he's being compelled to come to Amethi.
And let's go to the big interview we had of the Prime Minister, and he's made some very important points. He spoke specifically about UP, where he mocked the SP Congress alliance, the fact that in the Samajwadi Party, the families now come across to contest, and the PM also says that you look wipe out ho jayenge Uttar Pradesh, SP and Congress.
I think that I will not kind of add. I think Prime Minister was very clear in his position, and he's very delicately described the political situation in UP. If I am to elaborate on what the Honourable Prime Minister said, if you look at the number of times the Samajwadi Party is changing candidates, that shows you a certain kind of indecisiveness and a certain kind of underconfidence in their own capacities. So when you do that time and again and keep changing candidates, that one shows lack of capacity in terms of leadership, but it also shows that you actually don't know people that well in those constituencies, let alone know your own karyakartas. So the Prime Minister is right on the mark when he said that they will be wiped off.
And also, very quickly, last question is that he talks about the fact that the Congress manifesto resembles that of the Muslim League. Now, the Congress says this is a diversionary tactic. First, though phases ke baad.
Let me just be very clear. There is a part of their manifesto which says that they will give Muslims everything. Apart from that, very peculiarly, they've said public works contracts. Now, we all know CVC rules do not permit contracts to be given on the basis of either religion or caste. Why is it that Congress is proposing public works contracts that can be fixed? So in fact, the Prime Minister has called it the Muslim League manifesto. He sees a reflection of it. I also see it as a Ghotale ka manifesto. Which political party has actually pronounced that they will give a particular religion public work contracts? How does that work?
In case it is Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, and at some point in time, she takes pot shots at you. She talks about the Prime Minister, the Mangal Sutra issue, which again has now become a huge political, emotive issue. Your response to that?
Firstly, Mrs. Vadra has been here before. You forget that she was in charge of UP, especially in the Vidhan Sabha elections.
Yeah.
So it is not as though Mrs. Vadra coming as a candidate will surprise many people. She may want to ride on her name, her paternal name, but I think that there is a lot of baggage she carries politically. And insofar as firing salvos, I don't think I'm somebody who's shying away from responses. Though my responses will be steeped in political and hard facts, it may become a bit embarrassing for the family to come back here and then withstand the pressure of the comparison of my 5 years of work and their 15 years of absence.
And the Mangal Sutra thing that she talks about, that my mother gave.
Like I said, I will save all my salvos, which will be quite embarrassing for the family when they come here.
But she said it now at a public platform, taking portrait.
So if you're saying that she's going to be the candidate from Amethi, if you're declaring that, then please be ready for some fireworks from here. Because not only will such salvos will be responded to, but the fact that the family has been absent. See, one of the greatest indications, if you truly considered Amethi your family, they would have around Corona. I was here on the ground. I was amongst people, including there are many congressmen and women who needed help. I was the one helping here across political lines. So somebody who cannot take care of their own karyakartas in Amethi, I am very well prepared for any member of the family to come here.
Robert Vadra, he's saying.
Anybody.
What do you make of the fact that Robert Vadra is open about कि people of Amethi want me to fight?
It is for it is for Mrs. Gandhi to decide whether her son-in-law is capable or not politically. It's not for me to decide. You cannot deny the fact that Mr. Vadra evokes not sympathy, not empathy, not curiosity, but genuinely mockery when his name is taken. Nobody in this country can deny that the understanding about his persona is that he emanates from a position of corruption. But like I said, it's for Mrs. Gandhi to decide whether her son-in-law is capable or not capable. It's not for me to decide at all.
Thank you very much for speaking to CNN News 8. Thank you.